everybody to the word party. Ironing out the kinks. Don't put anything on the drums here when you're up here, by the way. Gotta make a little public service announcement for the jazz musicians. It's not a desk. It's a very expensive pair of bongos. He'll go bongo loco on you. Alright, so how many people know that October 10th was Thelonious Monk's birthday? What kind of jazz fans are you? Who here knows who Thelonious Monk is? Yeah, alright. So a friend of mine, this poem, I'm going to dedicate this poem to Nicole Savage, a good friend of mine and fellow lover of poetry. And she put up a quote by Thelonious. Do you know this one? He said, "I don't have a definition of jazz. You're just supposed to know it when you hear it."
That's true part of it too, isn't it?
Oh, Colin.
Brady said that.
That's what Thelonious said. So here's my poem for him. And Nicole.
It's true pornography.
Don't explain. No, don't you explain. Because to name it is to take it away. Take away the mystery, the pondering, the contemplation. Thelonious goes wandering, tickling keys to the rhythm of an anti-cosmos out of order. But they want answers. Spelled out for them, spoon-fed definitions like alphabet soup. Processed and easy, but Monk just wants to be breezy, blowing the reeds. Keeping it pure like bird song, where music is born in the chaos of natural beauty found in the strange and the slightly deranged. Oh, it's an atonal, disfigured face of a misfit poet. But they keep pushing, 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 uncomfortable with the unknown abstractions and confusions of art and poetry. Oh, Thelonious. When you first played, you probably silenced them into an uproar. And when I first ran a brush across a canvas in New York City where everything was black and gray, I painted loud and colorful as if I was in Mexico. You see, something joyous is inside of me. Squeezed between the dismal cracks of suffocating concrete, feeling blue in institutions of so-called art. My professor asked me to explain once too. He said, "Go tell the class now what you mean by this." Well, he threw me into a pit of stale criticism and theory, subjective and irrelevant because it can't be defined or named. It's only gonna confine you in a straitjacket already out of date. And when you justify creative distortions of dreams and present reality, and yet they try and they try to paint a face on the divine, but it will never, ever encompass or define it. You see, I told my professor, if I wanted to use words to make you understand paintings, I would have written poetry. Poetry sacred, poetry pure, untouched and for myself. Poetry pouring from pen and mouth, leaping from typewriter keys with fury and madness, as if I was possessed by an energy that I needed to just get out of the way from. It's like dancing, you see. You just have to let yourself lay limp and relax, feeling rhythms in your bones. There's an element of grace that accompanies your sporadic pose, you see. It's a wild ride out of control. And if it's really going good, like Thelonious might say, it's got moments of silence. And then it makes its own melody again. It's got honking and wonking and black violin and passion. No, 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 no. Listen to me, there's nothing that anyone can tell you that will not be applied, compared, and contrasted to the past. What we need is the now and the future of things. Instead of placing the world in a small box squeezed tight, however neatly, like Thelonious, resisting far past his time. Thelonious might say, better to listen to the street whine, better to listen to the living and not the dead. Listen to your lover moan and toss in bed, feel your heart breaking, it already has a poem and a song. And listen to Monk tickling the keys, tickling those piano keys like a delicious victim of soul insanity. Let his music have his way with you. Let his music have his way with you, like he's just come upon the meaning of life. But it can only be told to you through music. So shut up and listen. I said shut up and listen. And don't you dare, I say, don't you dare ask him to explain. Daniel Heffez on the baritone. Let's hear for Daniel. Jordy Vanderbosch on the congos. Alan Williams on the bass.